double-digit efforts. The 220-pound freshman forward out of Chester, Pennsylvania, shooting over 50% on the season, and we'll have to re-tip as a bit of a false start right there. It'll be Toplin and LaJeunesse. Toplin this time wins it back, and it caroms into the hands of Miller. Griffins in the white with the red numbers, red and gold trim. Bloomfield black with gold tops and gold. It's almost like a Zubaz stripe down the side as Washington comes away with the steal in the far corner. It's almost like a leopard print Zubaz. I don't know, one of those things. It's a weird pattern down the shorts and on the top of the shoulders. Here's a three. McKenneth puts it home. McKenneth wide open up top. Not really a big-time three-point shooter, just his fourth of the season, but he opens the scoring just 30 seconds into the game. Man-to-man set from Bloomfield. It's Butler on the perimeter. With the right hand, Warwick 18 feet away along a heavy contest off right. Butler comes away with the board and gets the follow. That's what made Butler very effective the last game against Jefferson. He had 15 and 16 minutes, 9 of 16 at the free throw line, a lot of those on putback opportunities. Washington in the lane, into the corner. Nearly traveling was Green as he kind of lost his footing a bit. Now they'll post up LaJeunesse with the right hand, too short on the hook shot, well defended by Toplin. Miller saves it, but it goes right to McKenneth. Here's Chapman crossing over, picks up his dribble on the elbow and kicks back out for Washington. Washington doesn't use the screen, instead from 12, no good, right of the lane, rebound Warwick. Here's Warwick near side, crosses over into the lane, blew the shot. Nice move to go coast to coast, but couldn't finish. Washington the other way, dancing on Miller. LaJeunesse faces up on the elbow, drives a Butler into the corner. The southpaw Washington, a 3-2 short, tipped underneath Chapman. McKenneth open again. Got it again. McKenneth has the first 6 of the game for Bloomfield. Already over his season average of 3.7. 6-2 Bloomfield early on. Toplin straight on, 18 feet away. Got it. So Tony Toplin hits his first shot of the game, coming off of his best performance of the season. 12 points, 4 boards, and 5 blocks versus Jefferson. Here's Green, cut off by Thompson. So Thompson is on Green early on. Thompson generally draws the toughest defensive player. Into the corner, Green. Book it. Set up by Washington after the Griffins nearly had a steal. The ball caromed around. Kind of bad luck there as Green found himself wide open. 3 threes so far for Bloomfield. They're on top 9-4. Miller looking to answer, and he does from the wing. Both teams shooting well to start. It's 9-7. Not quite 3 minutes into the game. Bloomfield on top. Bloomfield plays a fast pace, fast and aggressive. LaJeunesse attacks and finishes with the left on the pick and roll. Set up by Washington. 11-4. Thompson will slow it down. Bloomfield averages nearly 77 per game on 43% from the field. Miller around a high screen, down the lane, flips it up, tough shot in traffic as he banked it home. Miller has 5. It's 11-9. Washington trying to turn the corner, no good off glass, and crashing the boards on the follow was Chapman, and he was fouled. It's on Toplin, his first. Bloomfield in the CACC, their numbers are much better offensively and defensively. They average over 80 per game in their 5 conference games, plus 7.5 on the boards and a positive assist-to-turnover ratio. Chapman hits a pair. It's 13-9, 16:28 to play. In the opening half, Bloomfield on top. Defensively, they allow about 8 less per game. And sub 40% in the CACC. They play fast, so that's why they still allow nearly 74 points per game. Warwick splits the double, flips it up at the right, came up short from 6. Washington looking to run the other way. Leaves on the wing for Green, and he was fouled. That will send Warwick, or rather it's on Warwick, and that will set Green to the line 4-2. Bloomfield led by Gerald Holmes in his 17th season, and in 10 of those years, his team has been picked to win the CACC North, or rather, it's for the 10th straight year they've been tabbed to win the CACC North. They've done it 11 times. Miller threw it away. Bloomfield came with a bit of a press. Thompson partially wasn't expecting that pass, and Griffins turned it over, unforced error. It's 15-9. Bloomfield on top. Washington on the pick and pop. Chapman in and out on a good open look. And a foul on the rebound on Lajeunesse. It's pointed out by the SID here. Over at Chestnut Hill, that Matt Lajeunesse does bear a striking resemblance to David Robinson. A lot smaller, but he really does look like him a bit. Thompson, that was partially blocked. Shot came up short. Here's McKenneth the other way. Washington shot, fake straight on. Bullet pass right into the arms of Butler. Butler up ahead. Warwick had to adjust to catch it. Here he comes 1-on-2. Barrels in. Offensive foul. You could see that coming. Warwick decided he was going to go for goal no matter what. There was just too much traffic there. Second on Warwick. Third on the Griffins. It's 15-9, 15-25 to play in the opening half. Bloomfield on top. The Griffins will look to trap. Washington breaks it, though, with a pass across to Green. Down low, fade away. Too strong from Chapman. Right of the lane. Rebound Toplin. Thompson will trot it up court. Right to left. Dangerous pass in traffic. Warwick able to save it, and Toplin stepped on the baseline. Kind of an oddity. Washington warms up in basically like a turtleneck long sleeve polo. So I thought maybe he'd keep it on for the game, but no. Into the corner, a three, and putting it home. That's Kavione Green. He now has 8 to lead all scorers, the 6th leading scorer in the CACC, and Bloomfield has doubled up Chestnut Hill. Offensive foul on Thompson. He made the pass, kept going, and ran over his man. Now Ed McWade into the game. This is the first game all season that McWade has not started. The Griffins have changed up the rotation a little bit. Ironically, McWade had 9 points in the game's opening moments last game. McWade switching on the Washington. Bolt pass through everybody's hands. As Washington was looking for a cutting Lajeunesse, who was arguing it was off of a Griffin fingertip, but it was not. 19-8, Bloomfield on top. 14:22 to play in the opening half. Warwick bringing it up court. Top one open, short right corner. Off left, heavy contest from Lajeunesse. Butler, the offensive board, came up short and is ripped down by Chapman in the lane. McKenneth up ahead, Green has some space, fires away, book it. Kavione Green, he has 11 already. Perfect from the field. 3 of 3. 21-9. Griffins trail. Cutting Miller, fumble to catch, back for Toplin. Plays catch with Miller, 15 to shoot. Toplin will set up a screen to Miller's right. Jacks a 3. Book it. Miller answers his second triple. Miller has 8. All the scoring done by pretty much one player for both sides. 9-point game. Bloomfield on top. Chapman thought about it. Instead, he'll reset with Washington. Washington on the wing, crosses over on Warwick, leaves for Lajeunesse with the right hand, can't finish. Kept alive, though, by Green again, and he puts it home on the follow. Green doing it all right now. Put up the score on the wrong side. It's 23-12. And Gerald Holmes very much aware of that. Now they corrected it. Actually, not yet. Hop step in the lane, Butler, and he was fouled, going to the line for 2. Second foul on Agenis. And he will take a seat after this free throw. Butler hits the first. Butler's made a living at the line, especially of late. He's made 9 free throws in each of his last 2 games. Washington sits, as does Lajeunesse, as Bloomfield goes to the bench. We'll see 23 in black. Isaiah Richardson, 6'4", buck 85-pound sophomore guard out of Bargara, Australia. One of 2 Aussies on the team. And Tymir Bennett, 6'5", freshman forward, 31 in black. Getting some run, too. Here's McKenneth. He had 2 threes early, nothing since. The Griffins trap, threw it away, but Green saves it. Helping out his freshman there was Green. In the corner, it's Chapman with the left hand into the lane, fades away with the right. A little too strong. Rebound McQuaid. Griffins down by 9. Not quite 8 minutes into the game. McQuaid with the left hand working on Richardson. Flips it up. No good from 8. Right to Butler, and he was fouled again. Death taxes and Keon Butler getting fouled on a follow. That's been the recipe the last couple games for the Griffins. Butler 4 points so far. Second trip to the line. And it's the first. 8-point game. Butler averaging 10 and 5.4. Making his second career start today, splits that pair. Still leads the team in rebounds. 8-point game, 12:20 to play in the opening half. Griffins trail, Bloomfield with the ball into the corner. McKenneth thought about it, closed out by Miller up top. That's Bennett, too strong, long rebound, hustling after it is Green. Here's Chapman, and he traveled as he tried the jab step on the wing. Gerald Holmes hollering at his team to move the ball. Bloomfield shooting 7 of 15 early. The Griffins 5 of 12. Here's Miller. He has 8. Justin Bailey, another freshman guard in the game now as well for the Griffins. McQuaid freed up down low. Gets it to go from 6 with the left. McQuaid's first points of the game. It's a 6-point game. Side-to-side ball movement. Bloomfield is able to break the press. Dangerous pass by McKenneth, but Chapman able to handle it. Bennett faces up from the free throw line. Attacks Toplin and finishes. Tough shot by the freshman Bennett as he banked it home. Back to an 8-point spread. McQuaid, a high hand off Toplin. Between the circles, it's Miller with the right hand. Jacks a 3, and he was fouled. McKenneth followed through Miller. And that will send Billy Miller to the line for 3. He already has 8 points. 4th on Bloomfield. 11:17 to play in the opening half. Two more to come for Miller as he hits the first. Warwick will come back in, probably after this free throw. And now here comes Amir Warwick. Toplin will take a seat. Miller this year averaging just under 7 per game, as his role has expanded significantly this season. 2 of 3 on that trip, and it's a 6-point game. 11-12 to play in the opening half. Griffins trail Bloomfield. Up top, Richardson. He was open, but he fumbled the catch. Now he's cut off on the elbow. Kicks for Green, in and out on the straight-on 3. Miller trotting it up right to left. It's Bailey, his first touch. Warwick back with it. He's just checked back in. Drives left on Bennett. Flips it up with the right. Partially blocked. Gets his own miss. Goes back up, and he's fouled. So Warwick doing some nice work down low. He'll get himself to the line. Now Thompson is on the bench with 2 fouls for the Griffins. Lajeunesse has 2 for Bloomfield, 2. So a couple regulars for both teams in foul trouble. Green will sit. That's good news for the Griffins. He already has 13 at 4. He's only missed 1 shot. Washington back in. And we'll see Dante Julius as well. 6 foot .180 junior guard out of Linden, New Jersey. Averages just under 9 per game. Warwick good on a pair, and the Griffins now within 4. They trailed by 12 early on. But they've got themselves back into it. And the Griffins come with the press, and Washington able to break it with a pass across the timeline to Julius. Washington a 3 off left from deep. Rebound. Butler. And he'll hand off for Warwick. Warwick up ahead. Bailey open in the corner. Too strong. McQuaid soared for the board, but couldn't grab it. Here's Chapman the other way. Bennett threw it away. That will be a backcourt violation. McQuaid will inbound near side. Gerald Holmes is not happy with his team right now. 10-14 to play in the opening half. Griffins down by 4 against a strong Bloomfield squad looking for their first conference win of the year. Butler calling for it down low. Doesn't get it. Instead it's Warwick. Back from Miller. Jab, step. Kicks back out Warwick. And he traveled. Washington will trot it up left to right. Bloomfield in the black, Griffins in the white. Washington, skip pass into the corner. Bennett takes the extra pass to Julius, gets it back, self-posts. Does Chapman, 18 feet away. Southpaw Bennett, no good. Offensive board Chapman, and will slow it down. Julius jacks a 3, banks it home. Through a heavy contest of Bailey. And Julius hits his first shot attempt. 6-point game. Make it a 7-point game. Blocking foul on Bennett in the corner. Not a shooting foul. Second on Bennett, so he'll take a seat. And now we'll see the other Aussie, Ben Boston. 22 in black, 6'7", 220 sophomore forward out of Sydney, Australia. It's a 3-point bomber. That's where he takes most of his attempts, even though he's a forward. Hurling around the screen, it's Miller, puts it home, catch and shoot. Off the inbound from 18 on the baseline. 5-point game, Miller has 12. Into the corner, Baston, catch and shoot, in and out. Offensive board, Julius, and he kicks back out for Washington. Shot fake, Richardson lines it up. Too short. Rebound, Bailey. Richardson, kind of an odd release, holds the ball in front of him when he puts it up. Miller walks it up, right to left, under 9 to play. In the opening half, Griffins down by 5. Here's Miller running the show. They'll post up McQuaid, right block, tries to muscle his way in, fades away and got it to go. Nice move by Ed McQuaid. He faked everybody out, myself included. 3-point game, Griffins within a possession. Washington picked up his dribble into the corner. They'll post up Chapman, kicks back out Baston. He wasn't expecting it, able to save it. Julius on the wing. 12 to shoot, it's Richardson. Into the opposite corner, Baston, 10 to shoot. That pass tipped out of bounds near side off of Warwick with those long arms. And it will stay with Bloomfield. Here is Jihad Lober. 6'4", £185 freshman forward out of Deptford, New Jersey. Richardson and Chapman sit. Here's Lober with 8 to shoot. Hands off for Washington. Crosses over. Waits for Baston. Extra pass into the corner. Julius open. Too strong over the back foul on Lober on the rebound. So Lober checks in. Immediately picks up a foul. And that's the 7th on Bloomfield. So that will send McQuaid to the line for a 1-and-1. Colin Flock in the game now as well for the Griffins as they want a little more shooting. Griffins hanging tough. They were down 12 early. So they battled back in, and now they're within 2 as McQuaid hits the front end. 1 more to come. Holding Bloomfield to 9 of 24 from the field so far. They have allowed 6 of 13 from deep. Do the math, that means they've only Hit 3 twos as Bloomfield. Green back in the game with a head of steam. Leaves for Lober, and he fired it off of the leg of Julius instead of going up with a shot. So Lober, the freshman, into the game, immediately makes 2 mistakes, turns it over twice. And the Griffins can take a lead with a bucket here, down 1. 8:02 to play in the opening half. Into the corner, Bailey. Back for Warwick. McQuaid spins into the lane, up and under move, a little too strong. Rebound Green. McQuaid, the senior, trying to make something happen there and give his team the lead. Washington lost the ball. Well defended by Warwick. Flock 2-on-2 with Bailey. Flock right at Baston, can't finish. Bailey recovers, pass into traffic, and it is off of Warwick. Flock shoots almost exclusively from deep. So when he drove at the big man in transition, that got a big rise out of the crowd. Unfortunately, he just rimmed out the shot. Washington into the corner. Green a 3. Book it. Green making a difference as he's come back into the game. He now has 16 already. 4-point game. It's Flock running the point. Right to left near side. Has it back between the circles with the left hand over to the wing. They'll post up McQuaid. He's doubled. Looking for help. Kicks back out Flock. Jacks a deep 3. Too short. Long rebound Washington. Now under 7 to play. In the opening half, it's Washington left to right. Backdoor pass. Julius hangs and hits. Off the glass, Julius in traffic. He has 5. 33-27. Bloomfield on top. 6:42 to play. In the opening half, McQuaid in the corner trying to take Baston off the dribble, and he was shoved out of bounds. That will send McQuaid to the line for a 1-and-1. A lot of youth on the floor right now. 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and then Tony Toplin and McQuaid, 2 seniors. And Jesse Bollister was hollering at his team, reminding them to help McQuaid up as he crashed down, especially with that big knee brace on. McQuaid missed all of last year with an injury. Hits the front end again. Now has 7. Billy Miller leads the Griffins with 12. He's on the bench right now, though. Second good as well. Give McQuaid 8. 33-29. Griffins trail. They've trailed throughout. They were down by as many as 12, but they've gotten back into it. 6:32 to play. That pass through the hands of Green at the free throw line. And McQuaid takes it away. Flock with a head of steam. Far side, right to left. Crosses over into the lane. Flips it up. Too strong. Rebound to Lober and Bloomfield. Flock aggressive, though, and attacking, which is good to see. Washington behind the back. Baston lays it home on the pick and roll left of the hoop. Nice feed by Washington. 6-point game, under 6 to play. Flock behind the back. He lost Washington. It's 5-on-4 momentarily. Bailey a 3 on the wing. Too strong. Rebound the Green. Washington zigzagging middle of the floor. Crosses over into the lane. Leaves it for Lober, but it's stolen by Warwick. On the wing, Toplin. Griffins had numbers momentarily as Julius went for the steal in the backcourt, but Bloomfield recovers. 6-point game, and Jesse Balser wants a timeout. His 16-6. Billy Miller leads the team with 12 for the Griffins. Griffins ball right to left out of the timeout. Into the corner, it's Miller. Just checked back in. They'll post up Warwick. Right block, fades away. Tough shot. Partially blocked by Green. McQuaid has 8 for the Griffins. Those are the top 2 so far. Baston pick and pop. Got it. Baston has 5, both set up by Washington. And now it's back to a 9-point game. Quick swing. Griffins have gotten it to single digits on one occasion. Up top, Warwick open. Too short. Can't answer from deep. Rebound Green. McKenneth back in the game. 1 in black. He has 6. Washington around the high screen from Chapman. Hedged aggressively by Warwick. Back for Chapman. Flips it up and gets the roll as he attacked left of the hoop. Chapman had been quiet. He's the 3rd leading scorer on this team. Now has 4. Already has 4 assists, though, and 7 boards, so he's done it in other ways. Now it's an 11-point game, 4:20 to play. In the opening half, stepping back, Miller from the elbow off right. Rebound to Green in Bloomfield. Washington with the head of steam, waits for the trailer. Green puts it in. From deep, it's Green. He has 4:09 to play in the opening half. Griffins down by 14 as Bloomfield has used a quick 8-0 run to now get their biggest lead of the ball game. Griffins ball out of the timeout. McQuaid was trailing the play. That was odd. Just came up the court late. Bailey between the circles, picks up his dribble, looking for help. 10 to shoot. With the left hand, a handoff from Miller into the lane, flips it up with the right, and he gets the roll from Ace. Billy Miller has 14. One of his best outings of the season. Down to a 12-point game. Washington on the wing. Crossing over on Bailey. Leaves for Green in the corner. Got it again. Kavione Green has 22. 6 of 7 from deep. Bailey looking to answer. Down the lane. Lost the ball. It's off of his leg last. Green is 40% from deep, so it's not as if he can't shoot it. Averages nearly 18 per game. Had a double-double in his last game. Dexter Thompson back in with those 2 fouls, so they'll put him in to try to slow down Green. 46-31, Griffins trail. 3:12 to go in the opening half, into the corner. Here's Green again, finds Chapman, hand in his face with McQuaid, tries to take him off the dribble, high off glass, too strong. Long rebound, Miller looking to run, 4-on-2. Miller middle of the floor, leaves for Thompson on the right. Blocking foul on McKenneth, and that will send Thompson to the line. Not a shooting foul. But it's the 9th team foul on Bloomfield, so it sends Thompson to the line for a 1-on-1. Julius into the game. McKenneth will sit. Keon Butler back in for the Griffins. That's 5 and 4. Started the game as well. High arc to that free throw, but it worked for Thompson. Hits the front end. 1 more to come. Warwick back in. McQuaid will sit. Warwick's been playing a lot lately. This is his 4th consecutive start. Averaging 11.6 and 5.8 his last 5. Thompson 2 for 2 on that trip. 13-point game, under 3 to play in the opening half. Griffins down. Again looking to trap. Baston handoff to the hoop. Chapman, long strides, and he lays it in with the right hand, right of the hoop. Give the assist to Baston. 15-point game. Miller on the wing. Now Thompson beyond the arc, ran over his man, no call. Free throw line pull up, high off glass, no good. Odd looking sequence there. Washington left to right in a rush, crosses over, down the lane, flips it with the right. That's a goaltend though. They'll count it. Warwick came with the help late, but they'll say the ball was on the way down off glass. 50-33. Largest lead of the game for Bloomfield, 2:24 to play, and this is the 3rd game in a row the Griffins have surrendered 50 or more in the opening half. Off the inbound, it's stolen by Washington. Straight on, fires away. Gets the roll. I know, everything going Bloomfield's way. Front rim, back rim, front rim, and down, and it's a 20-point game. Here's Miller. Dangerous pass into traffic, and it's stolen again. Green 3-on-1. Waits for Baston, and he flushes it. 22-point game. Under 2 to play. Only a couple minutes ago, this was a 5-point game, and it's just fallen apart for the Griffins. I believe it was 35-29, so I'm going to try to do the math when I get a chance on what the run is. Miller deep 3. Off left, rebound, loose on the deck. Washington comes away with it. Washington up ahead for Green. Touch pass, Baston, and he lays it home. Right now, Bloomfield just running run in about the last 4 minutes. And now Griffin's really in a big, big hole for the third time in a row in the opening half. Griffin's ball out of the timeout. It's McWade, doubled up top, handoff Miller. Warwick on the perimeter. They'll post up McWade, right block. He's double, kicks back out. Warwick, free throw line, picks it up. Miller, a contested three. Too strong. Rebound Green. Julius looking to run up ahead of the pack. Chapman behind the back. Baston a little bit too fancy there, but Baston saves it. Washington splits the double. Fancy move inside. Leaves it for Julius. Can't finish. Gets the follow. Too short. Couple good looks by Bloomfield, but they can't finish that time. Now 40 seconds to play in the opening half. Butler, hand off Miller on the perimeter. Warwick top of the arc, 15 to shoot. Butler calling for it down low, but Baston pushes him all the way out to the perimeter. And he's forced to kick back out. 8 to shoot, it's Warwick on the wing. They'll go back in for Butler. This time Baston fronts him, and he goes for the reverse around the help of Green, but can't finish. 15 seconds on the clock in the opening half. Shot clock turned off. Washington will get moving now. 5 on the clock. High screen. Gives it for Chapman. Shot fake. Julius has to force it. Too short. And that's how the opening half a couple times got close to making it a single-digit game before falling by I believe it was a 17-point count when it was all said and done. Foul off the opening play of the half. That will send Green to the line. 4-2. That's a third on Thompson. Let's see if he has to take a seat. Looks like he will. McWade is up and ready to check in. Kavione Green, he is the story in the opening half. 22 and 10 already. 7 of 8 from the field, 6 of 7 from downtown. He just missed the free throw. He's now missed as many free throws as he has shots from the field. McWade in. Thompson, it's been a frustrating day for him. He will sit. He only has 2 points, does Thompson. Had to sit a lot because of foul trouble, and he's generally the guy guarding the opposing team's best player, so you can bet he takes it personal when a guy like Green goes off. Toplin, top of the key. Hand off McWade. Griffin's in the white, Bloomfield in the black. Same 5 who started the game, start the second for both teams. Toplin with 8 to shoot. It's a cutting Miller in the lane through his hands, and it's a turnover. Kenneth the other way, and a lead for Washington, who will cross over and bring it up the court. It's Washington. Wajanisu has it now. He sat with 2 fouls for much of the opening half. It's Chapman in the short right corner, puts it home. It's a 2, not a 3, and the opening bucket of the second belongs to Bloomfield. It's a 27-point game. Toplin faces up, fires away. Too strong. Ripping down the board is Chapman. Griffins go with Warwick, Butler, Miller. McWade now in for Thompson, and Toplin down low. Washington weaving in. Cut off by Butler. A 3. Chapman got it. And it's a 3. The Griffins. McWade has 8. And that's been about it. Bailey into the game, and so looks Alex Rogat. 6'7", 207 freshman forward out of Vienna, Austria. First time we've seen him in a couple games. 10 in white. McWade open on the wing. Puts it home. From deep, Ed McWade. He has 11. Second consecutive game. McWade is in double figures. Green around the screen. Kicks for Chapman. Closed out on by Butler. Washington attacks diagonally, and he lays it up and in. So Washington, you have to figure he wants the double-double. And it gives him 7 points. He already has the assist, which is generally the hard part. You don't get a lot of double-doubles with assists in college hoops, typically. Tipped and stolen by Green, with Butler trailing. Green flushes it with one hand. Green's having a blast out there. He's got 25 and 10. Check out his career high. He's not at it yet, but he's got to be closing in on it. He does average about 18 per game. I don't think he's had a 30-point outburst yet this year. Rogat's entry pass for Butler was off his hands, so it goes back to Bloomfield. Washington around a high screen, down the lane, difficult pass in traffic. Janice somehow comes away with it, but then he traveled. Miller trotting it up court with McKenneth, watching him closely. So Washington is 6th in assists per game on the season in the CACC. As Butler misses that 3. Has a career high or season high 11 now. Maybe 12. Open Chapman a 3. Left to 2 short. Long rebound. Green has another one. A 3 Washington, 2 short from deep. Long rebound Green. And he'll slow it down with McKenneth. Just over 3 minutes into the second half. Down low, McKenneth has the much bigger Rogat on him. Leaves it for Lajeunesse, who lays it home. McKenneth, the little guy underneath the hoop. Dished it for Lajeunesse instead of trying to go up amongst the trees. 33-point game. 3.5 in to the second half. Rogat on the perimeter. Supposed to be a very young, athletic kid. First time I've seen him in a game so far as Butler comes up short. Rogat tried to keep it alive, and he did. Batted it off of Chapman, it looked like. At least that's the indication. Green's season high, if you're wondering, is 29, so he's close to that already. Miller, no good catch and shoot. Off the inbound, here's Washington the other way. Washington with Bailey on him, steps back a 3, too strong, tipped by Butler and keeping it alive. Is Chapman, fresh 30 with the left hand. Chapman into the lane, shot fake, goes up with 2 and puts it home from 6. Chapman, he's closing in on a double-double too. Needs one more rebound, and he'll have it. Rogat with the left hand, flips it up, got it to go, and one more to come. Rogat, before the last game when he did not play against Jefferson, he played double-digit minutes the prior 2. So getting some run now as the freshman. And converts the 3-point play. Here comes Tymeer Bennett. 31 in black. Lajeunesse will sit. 71 to 39 after that 3-point play. 15:35 to play in the second half. Green with the left hand. Leaves for Bennett. Another handoff up high. Chapman. He attacks down the lane. That's 7 steps. Wow. That's an easy call. That was, if you ever see the parodies of James Harden and his travels to the hoop, literally and figuratively, that's literally what it was. That was about 5 steps. He just kept going. And he eventually got called for it. But Chapman's had a nice game anyway. Double-double, 13 and 10, and 4 assists too. Rogat on the wing. Bailey a 3. Too short. Hustles after his long rebound. Butler, jab step, and a foul on the perimeter. It's on Chapman. Bailey to inbound, near side right. Has Rogat, who's been a featured player here. Flock deep 3. Off right, well contested by Washington. Chapman the board. Kenneth will slow it down with Bailey on him. Bloomfield will go to the bench at the next whistle. Green, stop and go, and laid it home from 6 with the right hand. Threw on the brakes, everybody went by, and then he canned the shot. He has 27. Quaid on the wing, fumbled that pass, then able to corral it with Green on him. Rogat open at the elbow, drives inside with the right hand high off glass. He was fouled. Nope, the call the other way. Ran over the little guy. McKenneth, who's wincing in pain. I think they're stretching out his calf. Limping a bit. Richardson and Julius into the game. McKenneth and Chapman will sit. McKenneth has a big grin on his face, so I don't think he's hurt that badly. 73-39, 14:20 to play in the opening second half, rather. Bloomfield on top, big Washington dancing up top, picks up his dribble. Richardson open, got it. Rattles home from deep. First bucket of the game for Richardson. It's 1 for 2 from deep now. 76-39. Bach with the right hand dribble. McQuaid around the screen. Jacks a deep three. Puts it home. Ed McQuaid, nice game for him. He has 14. That's tied for team high. Into the corner. Open Green again. This time he missed it. Too short, but on the tip. It's Bennett high off glass. Here's Rogott able to handle that pass. Attacks. And they'll call goaltend. So Rogott now has 5 in limited play. A lot of youth in this game right now. The only upperclassman is McQuaid. Griffins go to a zone here. Into the corner. Richardson thought about it, but McQuaid closed out. 15 on the clock. Deep three. Washington left it too short. Kept alive by Bennett. And Julius will reset. Washington back with it. Has 7. Another 3. Got it. So now he finally gets his double-double, and he's shot pretty much exclusively threes the last couple minutes. So there's very little doubt that he knows that. He has 10 and 12 assists for Washington. Butler down the lane, long strides, too short. Rowe got the follow, and he was fouled going to the line for 2. Third foul on Bloomfield. It's 81-44. 12:43 to play in the second half. All Bloomfield. Rogott too strong on the first. Warwick back in. Bailey will sit. Rogott has 12 points on the season. I have to check his career high. He has 5 as he misses that pair. Here's Washington. Far side. Flock on him. Richardson at the elbow. Backdoor. Bennett can't finish on the reverse. Going back up is Green, and he lays it up and in. So Green, he ties his season high. 29 and 12. Turning it over is Warwick. Up ahead, Washington, and he lays it up and in. Green ties his career high now, and Washington, the 12 assists, without even checking, that has to be a career high. That just doesn't happen very, very often. Green last year, 5.5 points per game. He's upped his game. Another turnover. Here's Green behind the back, middle of the floor, with the left hand, too strong. McQuaid the board. Butler spinning midcourt. He attacks diagonally to the hoop. Too strong. Rebound Washington. Washington up ahead for Julius. Able to save the pass in the corner. Leaves for Bennett. Spinning inside from 8. Too short. Rebound Butler. It's just starting to turn into a schoolyard game. Butler has it. He attacks, and he'll lay it home nice and soft. All Bloomfield so far. 85-46. 11-12 to play in the ball game. Lajeunesse back in the game. He's one of 2 starters in the game now for Bloomfield. McKenneth, one in black, had it momentarily. He's the other. Richardson no good from 3. Rebound Flock. Here's Butler on the wing. Back for Flock. Flock yet to score in this game. Quaid in the corner. Spinning baseline. Razzle dazzle came up short with the left. Rogott now with a season high. He has 5. He hadn't scored more than 3. Julius on the wing. Ball fake. Griffins staying in his zone. A 3. Julius. Got it. for Julius. That's his second three. He has 8. 88-46. 10-10 to go. Entry pass Rogat off his foot from Warwick. Lajeunesse takes it away. McKenneth, middle of the floor. Warwick gets back. Into the corner, that's Bennett. Swing it back around the perimeter. McKenneth, hop step, puts it up over the heavy contest of Rogat. Can't finish from 8. Rebound Butler. Looks like Washington and Green will check in at the next whistle. They're both having career days thus far. Probably want to let Green get to 30 points. That's why he's coming back in. Warwick no good, but it goes right to Rogat, and he was fouled again. Fouls on Wolber. Rogat to the line for 2. And hits the first. Washington and Green back in. Richardson and McKenneth sit. Rogat now a career high 6. So we get some run here down the stretch while the freshman splits that pair. And here comes Washington. 12 points, 12 assists, a double-double. Green is 29 and 14. 2 points away from a career high. Julius catch and shoot, puts it home. Second consecutive 3 for Julius. 91-47. Bloomfield will almost definitely get over 100 in this one. 9:09 to play. Warwick to inbound. Here's McQuaid on the wing. Jacks a 3. Off right. Rebound Warwick. Goes back with the right. Too short. Tipped underneath. Warwick saves it, but were rejected by Lajeunesse. 2-on-1 the other way. Julius waits for Green, and he flushes it with the right hand. And that's a nice way to get your career high. On a breakaway dunk. Butler hop step looking to answer. High off glass. Can't finish. Heavy contest from Lajeunesse. Butler's down behind the plate. 5-on-4. Washington behind the back. 3, Julius, got it. Bloomfield's just having fun now. 13 assists for Washington, 96-47. Rogat, left hand, into the corner. Butler a 3, got it. His second 3 of the year. Griffin's down 46. 8:12 to play. D3 Washington. No good. Long rebound out of bounds. Well, they'll call a foul instead, but it goes to the Griffins. It's on Wolber. And now Bloomfield makes the line change. McKenneth, Richardson, Baston. All into the game. Starters will sit, except for McKenneth, who remains in the game. That'll probably be it for them. Rogat, top of the arc. Leads for McQuaid. Shot fake down the lane, out of bounds. And it stays with the Griffins. Nope, we'll call a foul instead. Then I will send McQuaid back to the line. He has 14. 2 off a season high. 7:45 to play. Then McQuaid missed all of last year with an injury and half of his junior year, so he's a fifth-year senior. Ties the season high with a pair there. And the injury kind of derailed, I guess, his forward momentum as a player. 13.5 points per game as a sophomore, then 9.7 in a shortened junior year, and this year thus far, a little bit over 9. So he hasn't quite hit those heights he did as a sophomore before the injury since. Julius, tough 3, too strong, lower the board. Flock, catch, and shoot. Off right. Rebound Boston. Kenneth will trot it up court as we come up on 7 to play. It's a 96-52 game, all Bloomfield. Bloomfield perfect in the CACC, and they will remain so. Lober, spin cycle, got it to go as he faded away over Bailey from the left block. Miller walking it up court. There's a screen to his right, uses it in the form of Rogat. Drives right in the traffic and turns it over. Taken away by Boston. Skip pass in the corner. Richardson a 3 off right. Long rebound Miller. Miller looking to run. And he was fouled by Julius. Luis Rodriguez in the game. First time today. 2 in black. Bennett back in as well. Lober and Julius will sit. Miller at the line for a 1-and-1. Hits the front end. Miller has 15 on 5 of 9, 2 of 4 from deep. Close to his season high, scored 19 twice as Miller. Second good as well, give him 16, tied for a team high with Ed McWade. 98-54. Bloomfield on top, so you come up on 6 to play. McKenneth. Bennett for Boston, shot fake. Down the lane, long steps, threw it away. And a foul on the floor. It's on McQuaid to block. Only the 3rd foul on the Griffins. That will keep the ball with Bloomfield. Boston 2 off a season high as well. There's Richardson on the wing. They'll post up Boston. Back to the bucket. On Rogat. Spins baseline, and he was fouled. Nope, but a travel. So they'll probably try to get him his season high as well. They did it with Green. They put him back into the game. He has 31-16 to get to 30 points for the first time in his career. Washington, he was definitely gunning for the double-double. He has 12 and 13 assists. Underneath McWade on the ball pass from Rogat. Too strong. Rebound Boston. Kenneth looking to run. Richardson on the wing. Crosses over. McWade stays with him. Entry pass. That's Bennett. Inside shot, no good. Rodriguez. Rebound McQuaid. No look pass Flock into traffic. Top one saves it momentarily. Richardson ends up taking it away. Come up on 5 to play in 44-point game. Boston around the screen. Top one stays with him. Rodriguez between the circles, jab step down the lane, rejected by Rogat and Toplin, and McQuaid grabs the board. McQuaid will trot it up court. As Miller near side, he gets it across the timeline. Bloomfield looking to double. Miller turns the corner, drives baseline, high off glass, doesn't get the roll. Rebound Bennett. Kenneth walks it up court. Up next for the Griffins, they'll go on the road for 3 games. Richardson or McKenneth on the wing, hand off Boston a 3, off left, took that out of bounds. And it is off of next 3. They'll be home against Concordia. It'll actually be a Sunday game, so that's in 2 weeks in a day. Top one, 18 feet away on the wing. Too strong. McQuaid the offensive board, and he's fouled. Gerald Holmes not happy, even in a blowout situation, that somebody, I think it might have been Richardson, was leaking out in transition. One more to come for Ed McQuaid. Always funny to watch. You see Herb McGee and now Gerald Holmes, 2 excellent coaches that even in blowout situations the last 2 games here, never happy with their team. Gerald Holmes even up 42. Not pleased, at least not always. Into the corner, catch and shoot. No good from Lober. Rebound to the Griffins. Here's Flock. Zigzagging up court. Backdoor pass, top one. Nice look, and he lays it home. The more you see Flock, the more you see that, yeah, he's a shooter, but knows what he's doing with the ball in his hands. Maybe not explosively athletic or anything like that, but a little bit more than a spot-up guy. Bennett spins baseline, wild shot, and he was fouled by Rogat. And that will send Bennett to the line for 2. Bloomfield still shooting over 50%. Griffins sub 30. First free throw too short from Bennett. He has 4 in limited action. It's 4 players in double figures for Bloomfield. No good on both that time for Lober. Under 4 to play. 98-58. It's been all Bloomfield. This was a 5-point game. A very, very long time ago. Swatted out of bounds by Rodriguez near side. It stays with the Griffins. And Bloomfield closed the opening half on a 22-4 run. And that was pretty much it. Stretched it out very quickly to 30. And it just kept growing after that. Largest lead is 49. Yikes. Miller dancing on the perimeter. Rogat runs across the lane. Never really caught it clean, and it's taken away. Here's Bennett. Nearly stripped from behind by Rogat. Jab step Lober into the lane. Kicks for Richardson. Bennett, the lefty. No good. Short right corner. Rebound top one. Looking for options, and has it in the form of Miller. Under 3 to play now. Miller down the lane. Leaves it for Rogat. But a blocking foul that will negate the bucket. That's bad luck. It's the third on Lober. That will send Miller to the line for a 1-and-1. Rogat would have had 2, and an assist would have gone to Miller. I think they were talking briefly about whether the bucket would count or not, but it does not. And nothing going the Griffins' way as that rims out. 2:35 to play. Griffins down by 40. Boston 2 away from a season high. Had it momentarily. Here's Richardson on the handoff. Down the lane from 12. Doesn't get the roll. And it was touched when it was above the cylinder by Bennett. So goes the Griffins. Third time we've had that call in this game. We've had 2 goaltends and now 1 above the cylinder, which is also very odd. You very, very rarely see that even once, let alone 3 times or something of the sort, 3 times in the game. Flock, leads for top one. Now Rogat straight on at the free throw line, picks it up. I'll reset with Flock. Drives baseline, pass tip. McQuaid saves it in the corner with the right hand. Leaves it for top one, out of control, and it's a blocking foul on Lober, who, or beg your pardon, Bennett, who can't believe it. It's the 4th on Bennett. 1:58 to play. 98-58. Well, 6 or 7 minutes ago, I said it was definitely going to happen that Bloomfield would get to 100, but they've been stuck on 98 for a bit now, so we'll see if that happens or not as top one hits the first. 1 more to come. Bloomfield after this at Felician on Wednesday. 2 strong on the second as top one. Offensive board, McQuaid goes back up and rejected by Bennett. Ball sails out of bounds, and it will stay with the Griffins. Nice effort by McQuaid. Stay with it. And then their next two for Bloomfield after the Felician game will be against Goldie Beacom and then Dominican. Those are two that you want to circle. A couple of the tougher teams in the conference going at it, especially out north. McQuaid up and under, no good. Right to Rogat, and he finishes on the follow. Rogat, a nice game in garbage time. 8 points, 2 boards. The 8 is a career high. Richardson leads for Boston in the corner. That's Lober with the left hand, taken away by Rogat. Rogat in the open floor with the head of steam. Left his feet, left it for Miller, and he lays it home. It's a dangerous play by the freshman. You don't want to leave your feet 25 feet from the bucket, but made it work, and he has himself an assist. It's 18 for Miller, one off the career high. 1:12 to play. Griffins down 98-63. Gerald Holmes hollering at his team to move the ball. Here's Rodriguez. Into the corner, Boston. 10 to shoot. Drives baseline, does Boston. Back out the other side, a 3. Lober, too strong. Rebound, Miller. Miller looking to run under a minute to play. Ball swatted out of his hands from behind. And it stays with the Griffins. Flock will inbound, the left of the hoop. 48 on the clock. It's in the hands of McQuaid, a 3. Too strong. Richardson nearly lost the board, but is able to corral it. Bloomfield will have to shoot. There's about a 11.5, maybe 12-second difference between shot and game clock. That's Bennett, short left corner. Working on Rogat, cut off as McQuaid comes with help and Flock step in front of that passing lane. Lobs it up ahead for Miller. He's bumped by Rodriguez, and that will send Billy Miller to the line for 2. Not a shooting foul, but that is number 10 on Bloomfield. Miller has a chance for a new career high if he hits both. And doesn't get the roll. Scored 19 twice this year, has Miller. And do it for the third time if he hits the second. And he does that, so for the third time this year, Miller looks as if he'll finish the game with 19, and Bloomfield does not appear that they'll take a shot. 98-64 the spread. Even with a chance to get to 100, but doesn't really matter, I guess. Bennett wasn't quite sure what to do with that one. Gerald Holmes yelling at him to hold it. And now Rodriguez will do that. And that will do it.